It's not as long as the last one. I'll give you that much, okay? We're not going to suffer quite as much. I'm not going 8x speed here. This game does have some very interesting points as well. French. So, on the right, gunman135 in the French. On the left, no, I got those backwards. So did the overlay. On the right, squeekyg as Chinese in the orange. Now, we've got some French fans. I gotta get like an emote for that or something. Get that lumber camp out right away. Okay, sure. Both players actually going straight for the lumber camp. I guess that could be a water focus. Since we're on Boulder Bay, the only map in the tournament other than like maybe Ancient Spires where water plays any kind of a significant role. You know, you're going to want to get those fishing ships out there, double up that eco unit production as early as you can. Not too locked down on my wood build orders personally, or on my like water map build orders, but wood is definitely something you have to lean more heavily into in that situation. Do you know that they sell clementines at this time of year in California? Who knew? They're probably hella expensive. I forgot to look at the price. I just bought them. My one default fruit and vegetable. That and carrots. But here we go. We're scouting the water. Gunman knows which side the pass is on now. He's going all the way down to the bottom. And this one is, again, like the last one, you know, was looking very standard from the beginning. Yes, your eyes don't give out, exactly. I mean, my eyes were about to fall out of my skull watching the last one. But listen, apparently they had a lot of fun playing that last game that we watched. 1.1. They had a lot of fun. They really enjoyed it. So, more power to them. We obviously had to sit through it and watch it, but I'm just that's like at most half of the battle with this tournament. Half the reason is just to get people in there, get them playing, get them enjoying the game, and I'm glad that we were able to do that in this set. So we have a little bit of scouting, a little bit of circles for our orange player. And that's a lot of villagers on food, actually, for red right now. I would have maybe liked to see more on wood for the fishing ships at this point. Nobody moving out for a dock yet, either, so I may have overstated my estimate on that one. My estimate. But Chinese... Where's that Imperial fella? Where's that dude at right now? Did he even build one yet? I don't think so. That villager finally now moving down for... Okay, not a dock. Copy that. We got a water barbican. I mean, that'll secure your fishing ships. That'll really make it impossible to push too hard into that if you're a gunman. So, you know what? I don't hate it. Maybe further up on the sacred site would have been a stronger play. But again, the scouting might not be there, so... Alright. Red now finding that enemy base. Still, I don't think we have an Imperial official out for orange. It's either that or he's off on vacation in the Bahamas or something. They do tend to do that, it seems. And there's the chamber. Interesting. Well, looks like I'm going to zoom in on that too. Yeah, another recorded game. So, this is just a screen cap, and I'm just sitting here eating clementines watching the game. Chamber of Commerce. You know what? In this match, I can't complain. You know, anything interesting, anything fresh, that's not the meta. It's not going to win you the game, this Chamber of Commerce. it could be very powerful trading, I guess, if it doesn't get denied. But Gunman gonna now move it down to the water, and now I'm starting to think right now, as we look, I've learned how to use the rotate hotkeys, just showing off all of that. Oh, one villager on the Barbican, love to see it. I'm starting to think maybe these guys had an agreement to build all their landmarks on the water line. Is that the thing? Is that the gimmick this game? You gotta always wonder in these games. What's the gimmick this time? Other landmarks? Did I say landmarks before? I don't know. I get them confused sometimes. Water only? Perhaps. I don't know. Leopard 2A better than M1A2. Yeah. Gotta agree with you on that one. It's only the numbers that keep the M1A2 in the running at all. So now we have, finally that Barbican went up with the one villager, and I mean you're saving walking time here, I guess, so efficient economy at the very least. That villager also builds the dock. Gunman with 11 on the Chamber of Commerce. Really got to rush that up and get the trade going across the middle of the map, I guess. That's key here.
I'm ready for my game.
You're ready for your game. Well, it depends on how soon NamCap is around. We have the one and only Scooby Dooby in the chat right now. You're ready to commentate your own game? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, you're live right now?
Oh yeah, we live.
Have a great day, alright? I'll catch you later.
Okay. See you around. You want to check out this Age 4 game? Maybe give your thoughts? He's around. Okay, good. I may have come down too hard on him. I knew he was going to be around at some point. That NamCap guy. Gotta love it. Something I noticed in this game, actually, both players, pardon me, seem to put their gather buildings, specifically like the mill, on the far side of their gather points more often than you'd expect. Something to keep an eye out. Okay, we've got some ships out here now for squeekyg. This could be a water-only and also landmark by water-only game. That's an interesting concept. The starting TC is going to slow things down a little bit, though, if you want to go for that water sweep. But trade now coming out for red. That's going to be a pretty good trade. You can't get much better than that without going all the way to that bottom quarter next to the trade landmark down there on the water. But not the most secure trade, though. So we'll see if Squeaky chooses to pressure that at all. Those traders walking just directly next to the ocean the entire time. So yeah, we have probably about 45 minutes until we want to do that live Age 4 game. Just so you guys know, probably about 45 minutes. If I'm not mistaken with how long these games are. That may be a bit of a spoiler, but also maybe I'll just fast forward and throw things off. You never know. So, 3 ships, 2 arrow, that's going to be, oh, naval arrow sits on that dock too, so it's going to be an emplacement that fires on any enemy seafaring units. squeekyg with the 2 springled ships, 1 arrow ship, I think. Maybe it's the reverse of that. I cannot tell. Horticulture, wheelbarrow for gunmen, getting those eco upgrades. Gunman135, I mean, he's got more villagers by 1. Looking a little bit slower off the bat in this game. Just no water units being produced at all so far. These Imperial officials are just infuriating. Oh, and that's no player's fault. That's just how they are. Okay, war junk. That's the arrow, springled ship, I think. So it's 2 arrows, 1 springled with 1 more springled on the way. For AOE4, is trade worth it early game as opposed to AOE2 where its gather rate can't compete with mining? Yeah, David is about right on the money there. Unless you're playing like a meme strategy with the Maulians, which really lean into trade, and you go like fast castle trading, it's really not worth it. The good thing at least is in 1v1s in Age 4 you get the neutral markets, so you can trade, and it's a mechanic that you're like allowed to use even though you're only playing a 1v1, so that's pretty cool. It also gets rated, so you really can only pull it off on choke point maps or if you wall off really well. I think trade needs to... They've reduced the cost and production time of the traders very significantly, and in like recent patches, and they've really just been trying to make trade a more central part of the game. But I feel like the mechanics just need a rework somehow. Like right now, if you select a trader and you right click it, it'll just to like move somewhere else to like hide it from a thing, or if you garrison in a tower. Most of the time at least, it'll just like lose whatever value it was carrying, and you'll have to go back to the market and redo. Seems very clunky to me. Seems very hard to adapt to defend. I am back. I nuked and got nuked right back. What were you playing like you got nuked in? Code 2? I don't know. Are there nukes in that game? This chat. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's been 10 minutes. Well, we're just carrying on here. I'm not going to set like a pattern of fast forwarding through games like this, because this is not like stupid or a meme or just a play style. I don't want to call it stupid. Okay, all right. This is not a this is not a play style that is going to take forever with nothing happening like the last game, which was an interesting idea and an interesting gimmick. No nukes in Code 2, sad. It's very sad. But yeah, as I was just rotating around that interesting spot for a secondary market there, I mean, you'll get the production up on those traders, but not going to be the most optimized trade route there. That's all right. It's at least more secure than the other one. squeekyg with the scout. They're both with the scouts in the middle, just keeping an eye on things, making sure there's nothing untoward happening in the middle of the map coming across or anything like that. Orange definitely with the water advantage right now. Gunman with one explosive junk or explosive something, depending on what civ you're playing as. Now, here's another nitpick with the game, in my mind, at least. Okay, so when this game launched, it had asymmetrical water combat, with some civs having significant bonuses and advantages on the water, depending on what age you're in. Some civs getting special ships or whatever an age before other civs, etc. So they decided that, and nobody liked it, and it sucked. So they decided to rework the water combat and everything, and add the current balance, which is a rock paper scissors format, unlike what they had before. Every civilization at every age has access to the same arsenal of ships now, except there are a few like unique civ upgrades for each civ, because you got to do it. It's Age 4. You got to have unique something, and I love that about the game. But every civ now has access to spring-old ships, which are great against other. Well, they're great against archer ships, which are great against explosive ships, which in turn are good against spring-old ships. So it's a vicious circle or a virtuous cycle, depending on your point of view. There are nukes in Co 3. Okay, I'm gonna insta buy that one. So that's like fine. You know, you got the three ship types that all counter each other, and you got a counterplay there. But it's kind of weird. And it's the same in Age of Empires 2, which also has had a lot of, you know, I don't know. water combat is a very unique aspect of Age 2 as well, and it's not ever been like universally loved either there. And I think most people are pretty happy with how it is now in Age 4. But one thing that I would change still, one thing, I would love to swap out the explosive ships with like ramming ships. Because as it is, you build the explosive ships and you use them and they explode and they're dead and they're done. And I guess that's kind of part of the gameplay mechanic of using explosive ships to like do a large area of damage. But I think ram ships would like fill the same role and historically probably at least use the same, if not more, than like ships filled with explosives. Seems a little silly sometimes. So, you know, I don't know. It's fine. The water gameplay net right now is fun. I just don't like using units that always explode themselves and die constantly. But tell the devs, ram ships can be that third rock paper scissors unit. Explosive ships, keep them around. You know, use them in an emergency. Give me ram ships. I don't know if anybody in chat has thoughts on that, but that's my take. But anyways, guild hall for gunmen, going for those full economy landmarks. squeekyg still in the Tang Dynasty, by the way. I'm not sure what his plan is there, but it's like the starting dynasty, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna probably head over for that boar at some point soon here. Got a monastery for Squeaky. Now that he's in that castle age, gonna start picking up those relics. And he just can't keep ahead of all these idle vills. You hate to see it. Camps running out one after the next. We have some upgrades for squeekyg. Clearly, this is going to be something weird because, again, we're 17 minutes in and nobody has made a single military unit other than ships. I mean, even there, it's been extremely slow on the ship production too, so we'll see where this goes. That's kind of also playing into the standard gameplay from these players, right? Like, they'll both like to take it slow, get their upgrades, and engage when they're ready to engage. So, you know, the combination of things. But some more eco upgrades, acid distillation, fertilization, lumber preservation for gunmen. Just clicking through all those as he gets to the next stage. squeekyg also getting the patchwork of those done as need be. And we have survival techniques coming through as he's collecting that boar right now. It's probably worth. Village. Monks, garrison, moving out. Gather pointed towards the relics. All that. Wonder Rush? First player to wonder, perhaps? Perhaps? That would be interesting if you put all of your vulnerable buildings like forward and then put the wonder like in the back and you're like, okay, take me out. I don't know. I don't want to give these guys any more wacky ideas. We're on, by the way, 77 villagers for gunmen, 85 for Squeaky with 36 military units. That's going to be ships counting as more than one pop space with 9 and 2 there. 9 springled ships and 2 arrow ships for squeekyg. And there's that market, which I think I was just baffled by in this replay while I was watching. I was like, come on, man, just put it in this beautiful spot back here. It'll get you like another 100, 150 more gold at least. But there we go. I'm checking 191. I mean, not terrible, not terrible. And you can now, I mean, it's been a while, but you can. There's a hotkey to select to cycle religious units, so just using that to check where all these monks are out there collecting all those relics. And gunmen with so many on gold, and the guild hall on gold, and the traders. Like, that's a lot of gold, my guy. What are you going to use it for? Well, the answer is, at least for now, upgrades. Here we go. Okay, we got some shift queuing of Hulks coming up here. Looks like we're going to have a water-only game. I mean, water-only is better than scout-only, so I again, can't complain. And as both players, I think, now are just dropping down 1,000,000 docks, I'm out here with my hands in my pockets, relaxing, having a nice night. It's going to be a chill stream. Got a very exciting live game, and after that live game, after the live Age of Empires 4 game tomorrow, assuming that goes through, which is the winner of this game against our Seed 1 Klopp1324. After that game, we will know who is in the King of the Losers bracket, and we'll be able to seed that and get that running tomorrow afternoon at some point tomorrow night. So very much looking forward to that. The Age 2 King of the Losers bracket has been a cracking good time so far. And as far as my preliminary seeding and placing of these players for Age 4 goes, it's looking like we're gonna have some very even, very exciting matchups. So very much looking for that one going forward. But for now, got some explosive ships coming in for orange. And there are still 9 Springald ships in queue for gunman, but they haven't popped out somehow. I think, was he pop capped or what? Didn't he queue those like an age ago? Oh, it was the research. They were research locked, so they're still, yeah, okay. So it's gonna take 1,000,000 years for them to come in. And I think that was to death to dock. What was that? I'm actually gonna go backwards because I remember being confused about that one. Did he just delete that? What happened to that ship? I don't know. I think it was deleted, but it looked damaged beforehand. I'm not sure. Maybe he was practicing his explosives. But we have a wall for orange coming up now in the middle. If he walls off the middle, that'll secure the trade, and there's nothing to stop it from happening. So that could be very powerful. While I'm blathering on about that, the Great Wall Gatehouse goes up on that wall, and that is in fact the only reason that the wall was built in the first place, because you have to have a wall in order to build the Great Wall Gatehouse. So there we go. And again, it's on the water, so that's clearly a stipulation of the rule set here. squeekyg moving out for this. He's noticed that the red player hasn't taken the one final relic, so he's going to just use a transport ship with 1 monk in it to just snag that one real quick. Why not? Why not? Uncontested. Gonna need to get another monastery down as well there. And there's the Great Wall Gatehouse. Still in the Tang Dynasty, by the way. Definitely didn't build these in order. Is missing something in order to get any other dynasty. I don't personally know how the dynasties work, how the dynasties work for the Chinese, but this ain't it, I don't think. I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference with this game, with this rule set, but, you know. Still got these traders. That's actually a lot of traders. Those are producing, with the gold miners that are still going, between 25 and 3k gold per minute. And now Gunman is sitting at 10,000 gold. I mean, squeekyg, no slouch, 8,500, floating a lot of resources himself. And now getting those Age 4 ship upgrades as well. Song Dynasty with the Imperial Academy now. I'm just checking out what research is, what's available in that building for those of us who don't know, myself included. Chinese, not a fan, not a huge fan. We've got a dead worker, a dead monk. I think he's he's collecting the relics and then killing the monks to save pop space. I think that may have been what happened with that ship earlier too. Some Omega galactic brain moves. Oh, this is some French music. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like this music. Alright, age 4. Traders. I mean, both players just free trading at the market at this point. They both know that they're trading and that the enemy's trading. They just don't care. Isn't this the normal music that always plays? Yeah, there's only one music track in age 4, and it's whatever you hear when you play French. That's right. Oh, and now we have something very key. I think squeekyg may have even planned for this. The Great Wall Gatehouse is going to take out some traders. I think possibly when Gunman built the Red Palace here, it like somehow changed the pathing of his traders, and now they're just walking close enough to the Great Wall Gatehouse, which now has a nest of bees in placement by default, that they're just all going to get fireworks to death. Look at that. Rip in peace. Gunman with one ship going out there, one arrow ship. It's effective for taking out these villagers, but not gonna last. No, it can't be too long for this world. This peace cannot last. 10 explosive ships now for squeekyg. Incredible. And we have some castle upgrades, some other things coming in for Gunman. Arrow slits, I think? That's hard to see that icon over there. Yeah, it's arrow slits. And there goes another one. There goes another one. These poor French traders. It's a slaughter. It's a massacre, as my co-caster Cameron would say. Okay, sneak attack. Hang on, wait, slow this down. I gotta take this at half speed right now. Okay, I mean it's hell to listen to, but there it goes. This is the entire fleet for Gunman135. And they're just all sprinkled ships, and oh my. The range on those things. He didn't even need them all. There's 5 left still. And they're all dead. Okay, speed this up quick. I cannot listen to this anymore. And there goes the dock as well. And that's the entire navy for red. Just dead in a heartbeat. I don't know if he even noticed. While it was happening, he's now producing more. But gonna be research locked again. And now these Chinese ships have the upgrades that add cannonballs. And they're just exploding all over my eardrums. And squeekyg just showing absolute dominance on the water with these fully upgraded Chinese ships. And there's the nest of bees in placement for the arrow ships that the Chinese also get as an upgrade in age 4. And if the water is the only place you can fight, and you'll lose every single water unit, you gotta call it. And that's Gunman135 calls the GG there, squeekyg with the win. So it's 1-1 in this tournament, in this set so far.